What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction. We're jumping into the next one on the Hoof GP. Get over, show all the love in the world. I absolutely got nothing but love and respect for the relief that they bring some of these animals. But damn it, if it don't look painful on this end. But I guess the same thing would go. It says there's a fountain of pus from this cow's hoof. That already is so that there's almost a smell in the air right now when you read that. So and we know that it's going to be bad, but I guess just like with a human, if your hoof was all big, go to the doctor, they would drain some of the infection out, or they would have released some of that pressure. So I can only imagine that on the other end, yeah, it might suck for the animal up front, but they're going to be walking away a lot happier with a lot healthier setup so that they can heal. I've learned a lot. I had no idea that the problem was this bad sometimes. But really, like, someone's got to do it. It can't do some of this stuff by itself. The animal would just die. Like, it gets sepsis and die. Like, so I'm all about it 100%. Go show the Hoof GP all the love of the world before anybody starts complaining. We've already gotten permission to do reactions. So let's jump into it. Let's check it out together. Let's go.
Ouch!
God damn, we started right off the jump. I knew we was buffing it, but I didn't.
Ouch! Now this is dramatic.
Fairly sure we found the problem.
So this cow has come in with a really sore foot, which is exactly why we're filming it, because I'm hoping we're able to do something about it.
This foot on the right hand side is much larger than the one on the inside, and I can see a hole almost instantly. I'm praying we find something wrong with it. Yes, my teeth are still messed up. I'm praying we find something wrong with her, because her pastern is really swollen up, and that's not something we can do anything about. Right, onwards.
I think, yeah, we definitely found something wrong with it. It's definitely gonna relieve some pressure. Look at the force, man. There was a lot of pressure in there. Whew, it's gonna make me I'm gonna pass out. I won't really
Fairly
pass out.
sure we found the problem.
Oh,
that is incredible, is it not?
God.
Poor thing. So I said her pastern was swollen, and obviously my jeez, oh, and obviously that is why it's been swollen.
Poor thing. I can only imagine that the pain that they're in. Jesus.
We should follow this back to its culmination. There must be a huge cavity in there. We still need to be careful though.
I know it looks like it's hurting the animal, but I promise you, he ain't hurting it any more than it was already hurt before. Like, they know what they're cutting off. That I've learned that much. Everybody, they're not. At first, I was one of those people that was like, my God, they're just really chipping away at this animal's foot. That's not the case. It's like a giant toenail. But you still have to be careful not to go too far, not to.
It's just incredible.
So crazy. The amount of pain would have been unbearable.
Okay, so we're just going to leave that for a second. We're grabbing the grinder here in an effort to flatten off the interior or medial claw so that we can stick a block on it. We're literally only taking a very minimal amount of weight to get this claw up off the ground. This isn't a case of reducing the size of a medial claw, we're literally only taking a very minimal amount away. And while we've got the grinder in our hand, we might as well reduce that lateral claw as much as we possibly can to ensure that every piece of weight possible is up off the ground.
Small wooden. Yep.
So awesome.
So these are the smallest blocks that we've got, and as you're just about to see, even this one is bigger than that interior claw, meaning that there will be a bit of an overhang that we need to manage.
Where's the pretty boy then? Look. Oh, let's have some love for Kev in the comments. I said love, yes, I know his face looks like that, but try to be nice.
Hey man, if I was the animal, I'd want somebody helping me too. Even just like the little prosthetic to keep the weight off so you're not in pain.
Sure.
They really become, it's like a master of animal feet. I don't know.
Will be fixed soon. Lovely. Not so lovely. Okay, we're gonna get rid of all of this loose detached horn. We can see it's translucent, so we can actually see that there is a portion behind it we need to remove, and obviously this hole goes much deeper than just the surface. I still can't quite get over just how much liquid came out of this. Absolutely incredible. A lot. And as you can see, there's actually still some in there. You can hear it more than see it. Now we're not going to take this all the way down to the bottom of the hole, because if we did, we'd be opening our foot up massively, because this must be such a huge cavity. But we are going to make sure that every bit of that infection can get out easily. You can actually see that. God, look at that. Ugh. Nice.
So fascinating to me. It's like a train wreck. It's like, you know this. You're watching something, but you can't look away from it, man.
Right, let's get as much of this off as we possibly can, because I can see that it actually travels down the sole. Yep, look at that. Just gonna tease my knife in here. Try to lift it away from the corium. This is the part where things can go wrong very, very quickly.
No, be careful. Jesus.
I'm gonna put the back of my knife underneath there and try and lift this away. That didn't go very well. Round in a circle and down and lift away. Okay, look at this. If we lift this up, look at that.
Oh my God.
This off as gently as we possibly can. Obviously this is just hoof horn, not anything else. I mean, look at that. Just
you poor magnificent beast.
Colossal, isn't it? We're not going to do anything else to this at all. This will obviously need to be revisited in 2 weeks' time. But actually, I'm really happy with how that's gone. No wonder so much fluid came out of that. That cavity is absolutely huge. We're going to spray this down with iodine to make sure we kill any kind of infection that's on the surface there. And we're going to wrap it to try and heal up this open tissue now. So now all we need is a wrap from Kevlar. You're not getting a raise.
It really breaks your heart for the animals.
He's doing that. He thinks he's smart. Wait until I ask you for a wrap. Okay. Can you imagine the difference this is going to make to the cows? So I said in the beginning that the pastern was inflamed and swollen up, and that I wasn't sure if that would mean we could do anything for the cow, and it turns out the reason it's so swollen up was because there was so much fluid inside her foot. Now that fluid has been released and this bandage will stay on for a couple of days. It should all heal up nicely. That block is going to take all of the weight completely away from the sole, and she's going to be in a much better place than she was just a few minutes ago. This is a win. Okay, now clearly we didn't see this cow walking into the crush, but I'm pretty sure you're going to believe me when I tell you she didn't even want to touch the ground with that foot because it was so sore.
I believe it 100%.
If there's any doubt here, just think how much fluid just came out of her foot, the pressure that would have caused and the pain that would have caused in turn. Trust me, she was not touching the ground with that foot. So I'm hoping what we've done should make a difference within a few steps. Okay, so she's clearly still in a lot of pain. We're going to check back on her in a few minutes. Just like that, it is a few minutes later. And here she is walking now. Now clearly, she is not pain-free.
No, obviously she's still in a lot of pain, but I can imagine that it was much more immense.
She is now touching the ground, which is miles better than she was before the video started, so just take my word for it. Her whole pastern was swollen, so the entire foot was causing pain. So even with the block on, there's still that pain there. But over the next day or so, she's going to realise that that block has really mitigated that pain and really helped out. So when we next visit her in 2 weeks, I fully expect her to have her foot completely on the ground and pretty much be lameness free. You've been watching the Hoof GP and what I would call a very successful hoof trim. Cheers guys.
A very successful hoof trim.
Ouch.
Get over, show the Hoof GP all the love in the world. If you haven't done so already, you're missing out. 100%. Shout out to the Hoof GP for allowing us to do reactions. I totally appreciate it. It's such an educational experience for us. It's something that we don't normally get to see. Like, unless you happen to be around the farm or in this kind of line of work. Us normies, I'm never going to see something like this in my lifetime. So I appreciate it. I love the fact that you bring the animals all kinds of pain relief, just like fixing them up. I can't imagine of walking around with that in my foot at all and not being able to do anything about it, like not even be able to use the whole leg. Get over, show the love, show the love, show the love. Links inside the description. Let me know what you thought down below. Hopefully you weren't eating. Smash the like button if you liked it, the dislike button, but I won't believe you. Tell the next one about the combustible. You guys be happy, healthy, safe. I love you to the moon and back.